iti vishrutaha. Okay, so Sri Maitreya said, Swayambhu Manu begot 3 daughters in his wife Satrupa, and their names were Akuti, Devahuti, and Prashuti. So, out of which you have seen in detail about the life of Devahuti. So, we will have a short sketch of Akuti, and then we will get into the life of one of the daughters of Prashuti, who is Sati. Okay. So, can you please read the highlighted?
In the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 31 chapters, and all these chapters describe the secondary creation by Brahma and the Manuj.
Yeah. So, this is the comment which he makes. Prabhupada actually gives a whole overview of the entire 4th canto here in this purport. You can read. Okay. So, okay, we'll read some set of translations now. Please read.
Akuti had 2 brothers, but in spite of her brothers, King Swayambhu Manu handed her over to Prajapati Ruchi on the condition that the son born of her be returned to Manu as his son. This he did in consultation with his wife, Satrupa.
Okay. Next translation.
Ruchi, who was very powerful in his Brahminical qualifications and was appointed one of the progenitors of the living entities, begot 1 son and 1 daughter by his wife Akuti.
Of the 2 children born of Akuti, the male child was directly an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his name was Yagya, which is another name of Lord Vishnu. The female child was a partial incarnation of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, the eternal consort of Lord Vishnu.
So Swayambhu Manu very gladly brought home the beautiful boy named Yajna, and Ruchi, his son-in-law, kept with him the daughter Dakshina.
The lord of the ritualistic performance of Yajna later married Dakshina, who was anxious to have the personality of Godhead as her husband. And in this wife, the Lord was also very much pleased to beget 12 children.
The 12 boys born of Yajna and Dakshina were named Tos, Pratos, Santos, Bhadra, Shanti, Ilaspati, Idhma, Kavi, Vibhu, Sohana, Sudev, and Rochan.
Okay, so now few points which Prabhupada also will discuss. So we'll read the purports, give us some opportunity to discuss them. Please read the highlighted portion of the purports.
Sometimes a sonless person offers his daughter to husband on the condition that his grandson be returned to him to be adopted as his son and inherit his property. This is called Putrik Dharma, which means that by execution of religious rituals, one gets a son, although one is sonless by one's own wife.
Yeah, so previous times this practice was there because it was understood that a son was required to actually perform different rituals at the time of death and also to continuously offer oblations after death so that the person who reaches Pitraloka, then he will not suffer. He will be in Pitraloka and he will get his food every day till he gets another body. So therefore, this was a legitimate arrangement to get a son when he only had daughters, that he would ask his daughter's son to become his son, like that. But nowadays, of course, Kali Yuga, nobody cares for these things, so therefore these practices are also not so much known. Okay.
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments in this connection that King Manu knew that the Supreme Personality of Godhead would take birth in the womb of Akuti. Therefore, in spite of having 2 sons, he wanted the particular son born of Akuti because he was ambitious to have the Supreme Personality of Godhead appear as his son and grandson.
Yeah, so in case of Manu, this was not applicable because he already had 2 sons, Priyavrata and Uttanapad. But still he took because he wanted to have the Lord in his as his son. So therefore he took. Okay.
The Vedic literatures cannot be understood unless one has developed the Brahmanical qualifications. It is regrettable, therefore, that person who have no Brahmanical qualifications and have never been trained under a bona fide spiritual master, nevertheless comments on Vedic literatures like the Srimad Bhagavatam and other Puranas. For such a person cannot deliver their real message.
Yeah. So this is a recurring theme in Srimad Bhagavatam. That these two themes are recurring themes in Srimad Bhagavatam. That first theme is that the importance of raising oneself to mode of goodness. Even in the introduction to the Nectar of Instruction, Prabhupada writes a very important point in the preface about this. Anyone remembers what Prabhupada wrote in the preface to NY? On the attitude of the follower. That's not this. After that, Prabhupada wrote something very important. Prabhupada said, in the matter of spiritual life, one should control their mind and senses. And first of all, one should raise oneself to mode of goodness. Then he said, after that, how to make further progress will be revealed. So therefore, raising oneself to mode of goodness is not an option in Krishna consciousness. Is not an option in Krishna consciousness. I like passion, I can be in passion. We should not think like that. Raising to mode of goodness is not an option in Krishna consciousness. That it is compulsory. But getting stuck in mode of goodness is also not good. If Krishna consciousness is compared to a journey in a train, if Krishna consciousness is compared to journey in a train, and if Goloka is the destination, then without crossing the station of mode of goodness, you cannot reach Goloka. But we are not supposed to get down in the station of mode of goodness, because that is not our destination. This is a very nice example Bhaktivinoda Maharaj gave in our Bhaktivedanta class. Very nice example. Very easy to remember. That how important it is to come to mode of goodness, and how important it is also not to get stuck in mode of goodness. Both are important. That we should come to mode of goodness, that's also important, and we should not get stuck in mode of goodness, that's also important. But some people say, some devotees always tell me that, Prabhuji, what is the problem in passion? Only because of passion we are able to do things. And also in the material world we are told that you should be passionate to achieve, right? You should be passionate to achieve. What is wrong with passion? It's okay, we can get attached to Krishna conscious things with passion.
It develops Krishna, and we are not able to see things as it is. Always mind is agitated.
The Vedic literature cannot be understood.
Okay. Krishna himself said, don't understand Vedic literature. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nishtraigunyam Bhavarjana. Nirdvando, Nityasattasto, Niryoga Kshematmavan. So, anyway, this is a good point, but it leads to something else. It's a very important point. It's a very important point. It's a very relevant point for those who practice Krishna consciousness. Why we should not practice Krishna consciousness in mode of passion.
It leads to tamoguna.
Okay, good.
More desire. It will develop more desire, and because of that, we will be more entangled actually.
Okay, more or less you give the answer. Passion's next door neighbor is sin. If you are passionate, it is very easy to become sinful. If you are passionate, it is very easy to become sinful. Kamayesha, Krodayesha, Rajoguna Samudbhavaha. Why did Krishna speak this verse? What was the reason Krishna spoke this verse? Unwillingly they are doing sin. Atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichan api varshneya balaniva niyojitaha. This is the question which Arjuna asked. The meaning is that why would people do sin even by force, even knowingly? He knows that it is sin, he should not do it, but he is doing by force. Why he is doing it? This is the question of Arjuna. And what is the answer which Krishna gave? Kamayesha krodayesha rajoguna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyeham idaha vairinam. So what is the problem in doing devotional service in mode of passion? The problem in devotional service doing mode of passion is that knowingly we will do sin. Knowingly we will do wrong things. Knowingly we will break dharma. Oh, okay, no problem. We do some sin, but still we are doing devotional service. What is the big deal? 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 The big deal is that we will never be able to come to Nishtha. What is the big deal? The big deal is we will never be able to come to Nishtha. Tesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. So Krishna gives 3 preconditions to come to Nishtha. What are the 3 preconditions? First precondition is Tesham antagatam papam. Second condition is jananam punya karmanam. Third condition is dvanda moha nirmukta. Then he says bhajante mam dridhavrataha. So first condition itself fail. We will knowingly do sin. We will never be able to come to the platform of Nishtha if we practice devotional service in mode of passion. Now passion itself, this condition means ignorance is worse than this. Ignorance is worse than this. Passion and ignorance, what is the other danger with passion and ignorance? There is one danger, that will knowingly will commit sin. What is the other danger with passion and ignorance? अरे वो तो बोल दिया ना, वो sin win karma sama सब हो गया. What is the other danger? What is the other danger? Yeah, but all this will be, the effect will be you will fall down from devotional service. But what is the other danger? There are 2 dangers. One danger is that knowingly you will do sin. What is the other danger? No. The other danger is you will easily do offense. The other danger is what you will do? Easily you will do offense. Easily will carry offensive mentality. Very easily will carry offensive mentality. So these 2 important things. Why we should not do bhakti in lower modes. Why we should not do bhakti in mode of passion. Why we should not do bhakti in mode of ignorance. 2 important things we should remember. One important thing is that we will knowingly do wrong things. This is number 1. And number 2, we will easily do offense. We easily will do offense. So both of them are not good for devotional service. You will actually observe that all these characters will do these kind of things. All these characters will do this kind of things. They will knowingly do wrong things and they will easily do offense. So they are actually doing this to show us. We should not think that they are all some crazy people. In Bhagavata we should be very careful. We should not think Indra is crazy. We should not think Daksha is crazy. We are crazy actually. So they are all going through all this to tell us that what we should not do. Okay. So very important that we should come to mode of goodness. Okay. Next, please read.
Both the Lord and his consort are beyond this material creation, as confirmed by many authorities. Narayano Paro Avyakta. Therefore, their eternal relationship cannot be changed. And Yagna, the boy born of Akuti, later married the goddess of fortune.
Yeah, so the Lord is beyond the rules of the material world, okay? So therefore, the Lord will, He will show He is God. How He will show He is God? By breaking every rule of material world, He will show He is God. Okay? So that is how He will show He is God. He will appear the way He wants to appear. Sometimes He will appear by normal relationship between man and woman, like He appeared for Kardama and Devahuti. But sometimes He'll appear like from a pillar, like He appeared as Nrsingadev. You cannot say, Arey, pillar is not a living entity, you have to appear only from man and woman. Why you are not appearing like that? Sometimes He will appear from some divine, this one, what is that? Some divine drink. Give like Lord Ram appeared by the ladies, they actually had some divine drink. And then the Lord appeared. Sometimes He'll appear from heart to heart, like Krishna appeared. Vasudev. The way He wants, He'll appear. Sometimes He'll appear from nowhere and then suddenly He will grow very big, like Matsya Avatar or from Varaha Avatar. He came from the nose. You cannot say, hey, why are you appearing from nose? Nose is not the place to appear. You cannot put any rule to Krishna. That is why He wants to show that I am God. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. So He appeared with His wife from the same womb. He and His wife appeared together. You cannot say, hey, why did both of you are appearing together? You will say, I am God. I can appear whatever I want, I do. So that is what he says. Sukadeva Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukadeva Goswami, why this Krishna is dancing with so many girls who are other man's wife? Then Parikshit Maharaj got very irritated. He gave an answer to him. He is God, he can do whatever he wants. Don't ask this question to me. He gave very tough answer to him. He said that Ishwaranam cha sahasam. He said he is the controller, so he can do what he wants to do. He can do whatever he wants to do. So therefore, the appearance and activities of the Lord should not be considered and they should not be measured from the scale of appearance and activities of a conditioned soul. Okay? We should not do that. We cannot ask why he appeared with his wife. Because he can. Because he can. He can appear with his wife. He can do that. So therefore he appeared with his wife. Because he wanted to show I am the boss. I can do whatever I want. It's clear? So one time one person asked me that why is Krishna dancing with other people's wife? So I asked him, do you believe God? He said, yes, I believe God. So do you believe that everybody belongs to God? He said, yes, I believe everybody belongs to God. Then you should understand that you are dancing with God's wife. God is not dancing with your wife. So therefore we should be very careful while we are dealing with God. We should not subject him to our ordinary rules and regulations. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Okay. Okay. Yes.
One of the Lord Vishnu's name is Yajna because he is the master of the Vedas. The name Yajna comes from
Yajusampati,
which means Lord of all sacrifices.
So we will also hear about Yajna later because the prayers in Ishopanishad, the last few shlokas which are prayers in Ishopanishad, these prayers are actually offered by Swayambhu Manu to Yajna. Those are the prayers which are offered by Swayambhu Manu to Yajna. They will come in the later stage in the Bhagavatam. Okay.
From the very beginning, one should try to act in Krishna consciousness that will free one from the reactions of material activities.
Okay. Please read the next purport.
The Lord of the
No. Please read the purport.
Okay. An ideal husband and wife are generally called Lakshmi Narayan to compare them to the Lord and the goddess of fortune. For it is significant that Lakshmi Narayan are forever happy as husband and wife. A wife should always remain satisfied with her husband, and a husband should always remain satisfied with his wife. In the Chanakya shloka, the moral instructions are.
No, just read the highlighted portion.
In other words, where there is no disagreement between husband and wife, all material opulences is present, and good children are born. Generally, according to Vedic civilization, the wife is trained to be satisfied in all conditions, and the husband, according to Vedic instructions, is required to please the wife with sufficient food, ornaments, and clothing. Then, if they are satisfied with their mutual dealings, good children are born, and there is no peace and prosperity in the present day world.
Because these things are not happening. So that's why there's no peace and property in this present day world. Sometimes the relationship between husband and wife, they can also be compared to the relationship between the spiritual master and the disciple. So if you actually see Kardama and Devahuti's relationship, Kardama and Devahuti were spiritual master and disciple, and they were also husband and wife. So sometimes some of these principles on the way the wife has to relate with the husband, these things can also be related to how the disciple should be with the spiritual master. Some of the qualities are common. The disciple should be submissive. The disciple should always be satisfied. The disciple should try to please the spiritual master. These are all some common qualities. So that's why sometimes, if you see in Vedic literature, very chaste women, they are glorified. The qualities of chaste women are glorified. Why? Because the qualities of chaste women are the qualities of a good disciple, or the qualities of the chaste woman are the qualities of a pure devotee, because ultimately Krishna is considered as everybody's husband. Krishna is considered as everybody's husband. And the jiva is considered as Krishna's wife. Prakriti is considered as Krishna's wife. So therefore, to study these qualities of an ideal husband and ideal wife is also sometimes useful, because Krishna is anyway ideal husband. Krishna is anyway ideal husband. Okay? We are the non-ideal wife. We are meant to become ideal wife. We are meant to become the most acceptable or ideal wife of Krishna. So therefore, studying these qualities of wife are also very useful sometimes, because then we can actually have that mentality towards the Supreme Lord. We can have that mentality towards the spiritual master. We can also have that mentality towards the way we deal with the institution. These are all very important, that one should remain satisfied with the institution. One should remain surrendered to the institution. These things are quite important, especially for brahmacharis. It's a very important quality to remain satisfied and surrendered to the institution. If you're not satisfied and surrendered to the institution, it's very difficult to maintain your brahmacharya ashram. So that's why one of the main qualities of brahmachari is that you should be satisfied and you should be surrendered. If these two qualities are there, then more or less you can maintain your ashram very nicely. The moment somebody tries to have some independent mentality, then it's very difficult to maintain brahmacharya ashram. Then one has to go out of ashram, then one has to get married, and then surrender to one woman. So somewhere you have to surrender. Somewhere you have to surrender. Okay. Okay, so we go to the next couple. So let's read some translations now. More translations, please read.
The 12 boys.
No, we already read the 12 boys.
During the time of Swayambhu Manu, these sons all became the demigods collectively named the Tushitas, Marichi became the head of the 7 rishis, and Yajna became the king of demigods Indra.
Yeah, so during the different type Manus, then there will be different set of demigods, then there will be different Indra, and then there will be different set of Saptarishis. You know all this, right? So, okay.
Swayambhuva Manu's two sons, Priyavrata and Uttanapada, became very powerful kings, and their sons and grandsons spread all over the 3 worlds during that period.
Okay.
My dear son Swayambhuva Manu handed over his very dear daughter Devhuti to Karda Muni. I have already spoken to you about them, and you have heard about them almost in full.
Yeah.
Swayambhu Manu handed over his daughter Prasuti to the son of Brahma named Daksha, who was also one of the progenitors of the living entities. The descendants of Daksha are spread throughout the 3 worlds.
So now he is going to speak about the descendants of Kardama Muni and descendants of Daksha. Okay, please read.
12th translation.
Yeah, just read.
You have already been informed about the 9 daughters of Kardama Muni who were handed over to 9 different sages. I shall now describe the descendants of those 9 daughters. Please hear from me.
You have already been informed about the 9 daughters. Kadamuni daughters. Kala, who was married to Marichi, gave birth to 2 children whose names were Kashyap and Purnima. Their descendants are spread all over the world.
My dear Vidura, of the 2 sons Kashyapa and Purnima, the Purnima begot 3 children, namely Viraj, Visvaga and Devkulya. Of these 3, Devkulya was the water which was the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, and which later on transformed into the Ganges of the heavenly planet.
Anusuya, the wife of Atri Muni, gave birth to 3 very famous sons, Soma, Dattatreya and Durvasha, who were partial representations of Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. Soma was a partial representation of Lord Brahma. Dattatreya was a partial representation of Lord Vishnu, and Durvasha was a partial representation of Lord Shiva.
Yeah, she is Ganga. Devakulya is Ganga. So Bali Maharaj washed the feet of Vamandev. Then Vamandev became Trivikrama. And when he became Trivikrama, he raised his feet, ting, 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 and the feet went all the way up. And the feet punctured the covering of the universe. Then the water from the Garbhotaka ocean, it came through the covering, through the puncturing. Okay? And then Brahma also poured his water from the Kamandala to wash that feet. Both this water mixed, and that water became Ganga. That is Devakulya. So, see, you have to understand that these people, they are personalities, and at the same time, they also have one more existence. Okay? Many of these people, you will read, many of them are personalities, not many of them, all of them are personalities, but many of them also have one more existence. And those existence could be like the water of Ganges, or those existence could be also in the form of qualities which people have. right? So they are simultaneously that, and they are also simultaneously personalities. Okay. Ultimately, everything is personality based. Ultimately, everything is personality based. Okay. And those personalities, they actually expand or they actually reflect as different other things also. So both of them are parallelly there. Like some of these, if you will see that they are also qualities of, like for example, Yajna married Dakshina. Yajna married Dakshina. So if you do Yajna and if you don't give Dakshina to the priest who did the Yajna, then what happens? Not only not successful, you'll go to hell also. And the other thing is that the Dakshina should be given, and it's also given within the particular time. And the more you delay the Dakshina to be given, it increases in geometric proportion. Geometric proportion, you know, that there are arithmetic proportion, there is geometric proportion. It's like, you know, 1, then 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 16, 16 to 256. It's like that, it increases like that. Not like, you know, if you have to give 1 rupee within the time, and if you delay by 4 hours, already you have to give thousands of rupees, because that 1 would have got multiplied to thousands of rupees. So Yajna and Dakshina are inseparable. Yajna and Dakshina are inseparable. But they are also personalities. They are also activities, but they are also personalities. Yeah, but capacity of the giver, but he should also give it on time. See, it's not like you have to give this much or that much. It's not fixed. But whatever you have to give, you should give it on time. It may be like, you know, you want to give just 1 flower. That's fine. But you should give it on time. That is also very important. The moment you fail to do that, then the penalty is like too much. Right? You don't know. Better not to do. That is why Prabhupada says that in Kali Yuga, what we get to perform? Sankirtana Yajna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But 4th canto also teaches us that we should actually perform Sankirtana Yajna. In the name of Sankirtana Yajna, we should not perform Daksha Yajna. In the name of Sankirtana Yajna, you should not perform Daksha Yajna. We will see. This is a very important lesson. That by the end of this unit, you can actually examine whether you are performing Sankirtana Yajna or you are performing Daksha Yajna. You can examine yourself. That is your own exercise. You can examine yourself. What Yajna you are performing. Okay. Yeah, Vedic system rules and regulations are quite strict. So therefore, some of them are, all of them are personalities, but some of them are also like representations like Ganga, some of them are representations of good qualities, some of them are representations of bad qualities, all of them are there, right? Okay, please read.
Already it was read.
Yeah.
After hearing this, Vidura inquired from Maitreya, "My dear master, how is that the 3 deities, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, who are the creators, maintainer and destroyer of whole creation, became the offspring of the wife Atri Muni?"
See, this is called Sushrushu. This is called Sushrushu. Vidura is not spaced out. Vidura is not reading the previous translation. Vidura is not reading the translation instead of the purport. But he exactly knows when to ask the right question. This is called Sushrushu. Is very, very attendant. The moment something, and you find the same quality with Parikshit. You will also find the same quality with Saunakadi Rishis. You will find the same quality with all the listeners in Srimad Bhagavatam. They are quite alert, they are quite attentive, they are quite there, they are quite present. And they know when to ask the right question to expand the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is the quality of the listener of Srimad Bhagavatam. So therefore Bhagavatam demands that attention. Bhagavatam demands that attention. Okay, please read.
The purport translation. Maitreya said, when Lord Brahma ordered Atri Muni to create generations after marrying Anasuya, Atri Muni and his wife went to perform severe austerities in the valley of mountain known as Riksha.
See, this is how in Vedic system marriage worked. That after getting married, they did not go to honeymoon. They went to do austerity. Even Kardama and Devahuti, after they got married, what did they do? Austerity. Then only they went to honeymoon. First they did austerity. Okay.
In that mountain valley flows a river named Nirvindhya. On the bank of the river are many asoka trees and other plants full of palas flowers, and there is always the sweet sound of water flowing from a waterfall. The husband and wife reached that beautiful place.
There the great sage concentrated his mind by the yogic breathing exercises, and thereby controlling all attachments. He remained standing on one leg only, eating nothing but air, and stood there on one leg for 100 years.
He was thinking, may the Lord of the universe, of whom I have taken shelter, kindly be pleased to offer me a son exactly like him.
So what did he meditate? It is given here. Sharanam tam prapadyeham ya eva jagadishwaraha. So he meditated as Jagadishwaraha. Okay. Okay.
While Atri Muni was engaged in these severe austerities, a blazing fire came out of his head by virtue of his breathing exercise, and that fire was seen by the three principal deities of the three worlds.
At that time, the three deities approached the hermitage of Atri Muni, accompanied by the denizens of the heavenly planets, such as the celestial beauties, the Gandharvas, the Siddhas, the Vidyadharas, and the Nagas. Thus they entered the ashram of great sage who had become famous by his austerities.
Okay.
The sage was standing on one leg, but as soon as he saw that the three deities had appeared before him, he was so pleased to see them all together that, despite great difficulty, he approached them on one leg.
Thereafter, he began to offer prayers to the three deities who were seated on the different carriers, a bull, a swan, and Garuda, and who held in their hands a drum, kushagrass, and a discus. The sage offered them his respects by falling down like a stick.
Chakra.
Atri Muni was greatly pleased to see that the three devas were gracious towards him. His eyes were dazzled by the effulgence of their bodies, and therefore he closed his eyes for the time being.
Okay.
So his ashram didn't burn from that fire?
It's a good question. It looks like it didn't burn.
How could they see it if it didn't burn? How
Because
did they see?
Prabhupada, I mean, if you see the purport, Jiva Goswami says that it's that blazing fire is the satisfaction which comes out of practicing pranayama. You see, according to Srila Jiva Goswami, the fire of pranayama is the mental satisfaction. So they could actually see that mental satisfaction like the fire. So therefore they came to see him. That fire was perceived by the super soul Vishnu, and thereby Lord Brahma and Shiva also perceived it. So that's your answer. It's not the physical fire. It's not like baga 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 baga, so burning. It is the fire of mental satisfaction, and that situation which he has reached was perceived by Vishnu. And then, because Vishnu understood it, then Brahma and Shiva also understood it. Then they wanted to play with him. So all of them, three of them came together. Of course, we have some very good lessons in this pastime. Once we finish this, then we'll discuss it. Okay.
But since his heart was already attracted by the deities, somehow or other he gathered his senses, and with folded hands and sweet words he began to offer prayers to the predominating deities of the universe. The great sage Atri said, O Lord Brahma, O Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiv, you have divided yourself into three bodies by accepting the three modes of material nature. As you do in every millennium for the creation, maintenance and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation, I offer my respectful obeisances unto all of you and beg to inquire whom of you three I have called by my prayers.
I called for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, desiring a son like him, and I thought of him only. But although he is far beyond the mental speculation of man, all three of you have come here. Kindly let me know how you have come, for I am greatly bewildered about this.
The great sage Maitreya continued. Upon hearing Atri Muni speak in that way, the three great deities smiled and they replied in the following sweet words.
The three deities told Atri Muni, Dear Brahmana, you are perfect in your determination, and therefore, as you have decided, so it will happen. It will not happen otherwise. We are all the same person upon whom you were meditating, and therefore we have all come to you.
You will have sons who will represent a partial manifestation of our potency, and because we desire all good fortune for you, those sons will glorify your reputation throughout the world.
Thus, while the couple looked on, the three deities, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, disappeared from that place after bestowing upon Atri Muni the benediction.
Thereafter, from the partial representation of Brahma, the moon god was born of them. From the partial representation of Vishnu, the great mystic Dattatreya was born. And from the partial representation of Shankara, Lord Shiva, Durvasa was born. Now you may hear from me of the many sons of Angira.
Okay, so what did you learn from this pastime? Okay. Really? Okay, that's a very interesting point. Okay. No, no. He did ask who is supreme amongst you. See, the answer to both of your question lies in his question, in Atri Muni's question. You carefully consider what Atri Muni asked. He did not ask Array, three people have come, who is supreme amongst you? He did not ask that. He asked that how come all the three of you came? I called for one person. How come all the three of you came? This is what he asked. Is it not? You want to see Atri's question? See, he said, I offer my extol unto all of you, beg to encourage whom of you three I have called by my prayer. Okay. So it's a very important point. Okay. Anybody, anything else? Yeah. Yes, it's a very important point. It's a very, very important point. Our prayer really matters how we pray. This is one of the very important lessons from this pastime. We cannot throw our prayers to Brahman. Okay? We should not just throw our prayers in Brahman. The Brahmajyoti, the prayer will float in the ether and then something will happen. Our prayer should be very specific. It should be directed to a specific person without confusion. It's a very important thing. So we should not just like that pray, let me become a good devotee. But this is addressed to whom? Devotee of whom? So many things are there. So it's very important to know how to pray. It's a very good point. Okay. Okay, there are some more things which we'll read through. Okay. Yes.
Atri Muni, he did not know he was supreme actually.
This question will come, the answer will come in the purport. So we'll read the purports.
If he had desired the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his child, he would have been completely free of material desires, because he would have wanted the Supreme Absolute Truth. But because he wanted a similar child, his desire was material. Thus, Atri Muni cannot be counted among the pure devotees.
So this is the first lesson we learn. Okay. The first lesson we learn is that our desires should be directly about pure devotional service. Okay. Our desires should not be desires which include Krishna in our sense gratification, or our desires should not be desires which are Krishna-centered sense gratification. You understand? You understand clearly? What is the difference between these two? Both are sense gratification only. Okay? But one sense gratification is slightly better than the other sense gratification. First is we are including Krishna in our sense gratification. Second is that we wanted to have Krishna-centered sense gratification. Both of them are not considered pure devotional service. We should simply understand that we are meant to please Krishna. That makes pure devotional service. So what is called including Krishna in our sense gratification? Can you give an example of including Krishna in our sense gratification? Yeah, doing some service which we like, but anyway it is Krishna conscious. This is including Krishna in our sense gratification. Like you were saying, I like gulab jamun, I make gulab jamun, I offer to Krishna and then I eat it. This is not pure devotional service. This is including Krishna in our sense gratification. Okay? What is Krishna-centered sense gratification? What is that? Yeah. So I like to go to America, but I will go to all ISKCON temples in America and come back. It's called Krishna-centered sense gratification. Like both are not pure devotional service. According to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, devotees who include Krishna in their sense gratification and devotees who practice Krishna-centered sense gratification, they are classified as Janasangha. They are classified as Janasangha. According to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that we should serve them, but we should not take their association. Because they are devotees, we should actually serve them, but we should not take their association. So in this case, Atri Muni was simply trying to have some Krishna-centered sense gratification. So therefore, Prabhupada says that he cannot be counted among pure devotees. So this is very important for us. It's very important for us. Of course, in the beginning, these are all okay. Like, having Krishna-centered sense gratification or including Krishna or sense gratification. These are all, in the beginning, they are fine because we are simply used to sense gratification. So at least you're including Krishna in sense gratification. This is good. This is considered much better than simply having sense gratification. It's better to offer gulab jamun and eat rather than just eating gulab jamun without offering. It's better like that. But one should not get stuck there. One should not get stuck there. So this is the first lesson. Okay?
Jiva Goswami, the fire of pranayam is mental satisfaction.
According to Jiva Goswami, the fire of pranayam is mental satisfaction. Okay.
Therefore, on the direction of Vasudeva, both Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva perceived the severe penance adopted by Atri Muni, and thus they were pleased to come down as stated in the next verse.
So your fire brigade problem is solved. Yes.
So here it is said that Atri was not a pure devotee.
Yeah.
But we see that Prishni and Sutapa also pray to the Lord that we want a son like you.
Yeah.
Not you as a son.
Yeah, but actually, if you see Sutapa and Prishni, they did lot of austerity, and they wanted son as Krishna as their son. Okay. No, but they asked like that. But if you read the 10th canto, the description, they wanted the Supreme Lord as their son. So then the Lord said, "I will appear 3 times for you." So there are three occasions where the Lord appears as somebody's son. Okay, in different cases. In Kardama's case, Kardama doesn't even ask the Lord to appear as his son. If you see Kardama's desire or Kardama's prayer to the Lord, Kardama doesn't even ask the Lord to appear as his son. He just says, "I want a wife. I want a good wife." Okay. The Lord himself tells Kardama that you marry this lady, I will appear as your son. So in this case also, there is no direct expression of Kardama that he wanted the Lord as his son. However, later it is revealed that Kardama wanted the Lord as his son, but he never told the Lord that he wanted you as my son. But still Kardama is considered pure devotee because that's what he wanted, but he did not spell it out. So in case of Sutapa and Prishni also, the case is same only. They wanted Krishna as their son, but they told the Lord like that. So if you read 10th canto, it's clearly explained. So then the Lord understood that they actually want him as their son. So then he said, "I will appear 3 times for you." That's how it is. But here, there is some confusion. There is directly confusion. In Atri's mind itself, there is confusion. Okay, please read.
He is known as the super soul. And when one worships the super soul, all other deities such as Brahma and Shiv appeared with Lord Vishnu because they are directed by the super soul.
Yeah, the Lord never comes alone, he comes with his own jig bang. Okay, please read.
If someone constructs a big building, this indicates that he must have existed before the building was constructed. Therefore, the Supreme Lord, the creator of the universe, must be transcendental to the material modes of nature.
Yeah. Okay, let's read this purport because this purport is good purport. Please read the entire purport.
Atri Rishi called for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Jagadishwara, the Lord of the universe. The Lord must exist before the creation, otherwise how could he be its Lord? If someone constructs a big building, this indicates that he must have existed before the building was constructed. Therefore, the Supreme Lord, the creator of the universe, must be transcendental to the material modes of nature. But it is known that Vishnu takes charge of the mode of goodness, Brahma takes charge of passion, and Lord Shiva takes charge of mode of ignorance. Therefore, Atri Muni said, the Jagat Ishwar, the Lord of the universe, must be one of you. But since three of you have appeared, I cannot recognize whom I have called. You are also kind, please let me know who is actually Jagat Ishwar, the Lord of the universe. In fact, Atri Rishi was doubtful about the constitutional position of the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, but he was quite certain that the Lord of the universe cannot be one of the creatures created by Maya. His very inquiry about whom he had called indicates that he was not in doubt about the constitutional position of the Lord. Therefore, he prayed to all of the three, kindly let me know who is transcendental Lord of the universe. He was certain, of course, that not all of them could be the Lord, but that the Lord of the universe was one of the three.
Yeah, okay. Is it clear what Atri was clear of and what Atri was not clear of? Okay. Atri was clear of the conception that there could be only one Lord. So there was no doubt in his mind when he called Jagadishwara. That's why I said it's not Atri was not clear. Atri was clear that there is only one Supreme Lord. Okay. It's not that he was not clear whether there is Supreme Lord or not. He was not unclear about these things. But the way he prayed was unclear. And then three of them came. And when the three of them came, he was not unclear which one of them is the Supreme Lord. Is it clear? But he was not unclear about the fact that there is only one Supreme Lord. So this is also a very nice lesson for us, that we should direct our prayers properly. Okay, this is the first lesson. Second is, when we are chanting the holy name, while we are chanting the holy name, if we are not focusing on the Lord, and if our focus is also on many other things along with chanting, along with the Supreme Lord, all of them are going to appear in our life. Because that is what we are asking for. When everything appears in our life, then we should not be crying. It's a very important thing we should understand. Because when we are dealing with the holy name, we are dealing with Krishna. And Krishna is not an ordinary person. He is an unlimited personality. If he can bring Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma and confuse Atri, just because Atri was not focused in his prayer, he can bring tons of things along with him and he can confuse all of us also. We have to be very, very careful when we chant the holy name. So, therefore, it is necessary to understand the importance of focusing on the name while we chant the name. It's very important. It's very important. At least if you are not able to focus on the name, we should at least pray to the Lord that I am unable to focus on the name. Please give me the ability to focus on the name. It's very important to pray. We cannot take our chanting for granted and think that I am going to go to Goloka. Krishna will take us and then leave us somewhere. And if you ask Krishna, Arey, why are you leaving me here? He will say, you know Atri? You know Atri? He says, you are Atri number 2. You are chanting, but you are also thinking of all these things. So I have brought you here first. You be here for some time. You sit here and chant, then I will see whether I should take you to Goloka or not. In 6th canto, Vritrasura is offering his prayers. It's a very famous prayer, Nanaka Prashtam, very famous prayer. In that prayer, Vritrasura calls Krishna with a very specific name. He calls Krishna as Samanjasa. Samanjasa tva virahayya kangshe, he says. And the meaning of the word Samanjasa is very, very interesting. The meaning of the word Samanjasa is, the Samanjasa means that he is the Lord of all opportunities. He is the Lord of all opportunities. And in that prayer, Vritrasura lists the different opportunities in which the Lord gave to different devotees, instead of giving himself. Instead of giving himself. To Dhruva, he gave Dhruvaloka. Dhruva, when he saw Krishna, Dhruva was thinking that the Lord has come. He will just ask me to get onto Garuda, and then both of us will fly. Both of us will fly. My material existence is finished. No more material existence. I am done with this. But what did the Lord do? He told him, 30,000 years you rule. You will have senses which are so nice. You will get so much of this, that, fame, name. And Dhruva is thinking, Arey, hey, galat movie chal raha hai. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. I am thinking I am going back with the Lord, but the Lord is just leaving me and going. And that too 30,000 years he is leaving me and going. And even after that, he is going to make me king again of Dhruvaloka. Who wants to be king? So therefore, the Lord can give many opportunities to us. The Lord can give many opportunities to us. He can make us climb the ISKCON corporate ladder. He can give us name. He can give us fame. He can give us money. He can give us followers. He can give us many things. So we should be very careful what we are chanting for. What we are chanting for. When we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Make me GBC, please. Or, better I be the temple president. Or maybe I should be the leader. Very interesting. Very interesting. What you want, that you will get. What you want, that you will get. So, it's a very important lesson Atri Muni teaches. Atri Muni is teaching us very important lesson. How to remain focused in what we want in Krishna consciousness. What did you learn from Atri? What did you learn from Atri Muni? How to be focused in our chanting the holy name. How to be focused in chanting our holy name. How not to confuse so many things which we may be concerned about while we are chanting the holy name. When we chant the holy name, we just want Krishna. When we chant the holy name, we just want Krishna. Okay? Really? Are we really don't want these things? Do we really don't want this? I'm just asking, do we really don't want these things? If you don't want these things, it's very good. It's very good. But then, when we come to Krishna consciousness, we want Krishna. But when we practice Krishna consciousness, and especially in an institution like ISKCON, when you practice Krishna consciousness, it's very easy to get carried away. Very easy to get carried away. But if you are not carried away, this is very good. But if we get carried away, if we become dissatisfied, there are two ways of getting carried away. One way of getting carried away is that we get attracted. Okay. The second way of getting carried away is that we get dissatisfied. You will see both of them in Daksha. Daksha becomes very attracted to his position. He also becomes very dissatisfied and become very envious of Lord Shiva. We have both this danger. We have both this danger. If you are not, if you are always satisfied, then it's very good. It's very good. It's very good. Then we can really remain focused. We just want Krishna. And we understand that whatever situation we are in, that is the best situation for us to go to Goloka. If we can understand that, it's very good. It's very good. But if we cannot, then better we learn these lessons from all these people. Okay? If devotee wants but he is not getting, it should be understood as the greatest mercy of Krishna. Because if he gets it, he is going to cry. If he gets it, he is going to cry. Daksha gets it, he cries. Dhruva gets it, he cries. The only person who doesn't get it is Prithu, and then he is happy. And then he is happy. So, it is very interesting canto. It's a very, very interesting canto. So, you can very clearly, this fourth canto is like a mirror. You can clearly see what you want, where are you going, and what is in store for you. And how you have to save yourself. This is also is very clear. It's also very clear how you have to save yourself. That to be satisfied. That's why when he raised that point, when he said, oh, we don't want this, we are satisfied. I said, yes, good, to be satisfied. Like Prithu gives that biggest lesson, that what is the value of satisfaction in Krishna consciousness? By satisfied with what the Lord has given for you. And be greedy for association. Not be satisfied with association and be greedy for what Lord has not given for you. So it's very interesting canto. Okay. So please read this purport. It's also small purport. Please read.
Atri Muni was...
Okay. So this is the danger of having me here, okay? Somebody should keep the time. Huh? No, no, we should also stop on time. That's not good because other people may have other things to do. Okay, just we'll read the small purport and finish it. Okay.
Atri Muni was confidently aware that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Lord of the universe. So he prayed for the one Supreme Lord. He was surprised, therefore, that three of them appeared.
Okay. So Atri Muni was surprised. So that's why I said Atri Muni knew, but at the same time, he was not very specific in his prayers. Okay, we'll stop here. So it's what time we get back? 1 hour break. So that makes it like 2:50. Please come back. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande. Thank you.